I don't think many of us understand the importance of community. I'm at this stage in my life where I understand. For the past 5, almost 6 years now, I've been so focused and busy building and working and entering opportunities that would allow me to work towards something that meant success, but not fulfillment. And I found myself in this season of understanding now why it was both a positive and a negative. Hear me for a moment. Being busy means being under Satan's yoke. And I'm noticing that the more busy I became, the more I fell off of my assignment, the more I stopped training the way that I love training, the intensity of it all, being around the camaraderie of people who I see are vessels that would force me to level up in the ways of which I've always desired to for myself and for others. Longing deeply and desperately to want to be around the people who I love, I cherish, I care about, and I started doing this whole thing for in the first place. And seeing how everybody seems to be either prospering or struggling in their own right where they are. And not to say that I'm that important, because I know that I am just a mere teardrop in this ocean of a world, and I have a small impact. But when you allow your light to shine, you unconsciously give others permission to do the same. When you do your part, when you show yourself approved, you show who you are, when you pour something of yourself into someone else to help them get better and stronger and wherever it is that they are in their life, that one impact can be the thing that they needed to change their world and the people around them forever. That purpose, that passion, that process, that progress, it all comes in many ways from the people you're around. Ironically enough, we're in a world that has so many avenues of ways of staying connected with people. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, every social media platform there is. Yet we're in a day and age where we're more lonely than we've ever been as a people, as a culture, as a race. Because we've gotten so good at being isolated and alone rather than being in community with others. And we wonder why it feels like our callings are not moving forward. Yet every single time I'm around the people who I love, that I deeply and I direly and desperately desire to be around more, I'm always instantly reinvigorated and filled with new ideas that I may or may not have thought about, because the camaraderie of us, of the kings, of being around other powerful individuals who are creatives, who are fighting out their mission, who have a purpose, who are doing it for something that's much bigger than them, and who push you to want to be better. Every single time, it puts me in a place of knowing what the next right step is, of wanting to be better. Not 1%, not 5%, but 1,000% better every single day. I'm here to tell you what's missing in your life is your community. Your vibe attracts your tribe the same way you are attracted to your tribe because of your vibe. But no one will know who you are and what you're about if you don't promote yourself and put yourself out there and do the things that God blessed you to make you you. Stop holding back on who you are and putting out what it is that you enjoy because of your fear that your vulnerability will become a mechanism of weakness, a mechanism of someone trying to come after you, of an attack, of a spiritual attack. The devil going to attack whether you like it or not. That's his job. But hear this, the adversity and the challenges and whatever that comes because of your vulnerability are literally things that God uses to transform you into becoming who you're supposed to be, so that way you can do what you're supposed to do while you are here on earth. I no longer give a damn if my content may be too long, because the content is for who the content is for. What I do, who I am, what I embody is to help that person who it's meant for. So thank you so much for the alignment, God, of putting me around the people who I'm supposed to be around and who are supposed to be around me. Thank you for blessing my spirit to be attracted to those positive reinforcements, that reinvigoration that always gets my soul, my spirit alive to know what the next right step is to move in. Thank you for teaching me how to be able to look at everything spiritually, emotionally, and logically, so I know how to do things from God's point of view and perspective as opposed to my own plans. Thank you that this is just the beginning, although this is chapter 32, leading into chapter 33 of my life here on earth. Thank you so much for blessing this to be a very exciting and exhilarating new beginning that isn't me starting from scratch, but me revamping in a way that allows me to be intentional about who it is that I allow my soul to be accessible to. I hope this is a prayer. I hope this is a moment that lets you know that it is okay to be yourself, to trust the voice of God when he's speaking to you, to not hold anything back anymore, because God needs you to do you and to be you and to be who you are, because he assigned that to you. And if you don't believe me when I say, you will get passed over and the next generation will come behind and do what you were supposed to do and 10 times better. Don't let your ego and your lack of vulnerability and your fear of thoughts be the reason why God passes you up to go to the next generation to do what you were supposed to do. It'll be a cold day in hell before I let God pass me up because I didn't do what he assigned for me to do while I was here. I'm just saying, trust God and move.